Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort. Kogan. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip.
Free will versus determinism. Are we free? Do we get to decide what the future is? My personal answer, no. Free will is a garbage, inherently nonsensical concept which we've had philosophers for the last couple hundred years desperately try to redefine over and over and over again to try and make it somehow compatible with reality. Look, I'm not saying you don't make choices or that you don't experience being free to choose. I made the choice to make this video. I feel free, I get it. But just because something feels true doesn't mean it is. You and I make choices every day for reasons we didn't choose and we don't control. If you were free, why would you ever make the wrong decision? Your body is made of stuff, and stuff obeys deterministic causal laws, the laws of physics, which means that so do you. If you lose a particular part of your brain, you lose the functionality associated with it. If we replaced every part of your brain with someone else's, you would be someone else. Why? Because we are our brains, we are our bodies, and they're physical things, and physical things obey laws. Look, if you believe in free will, I'm ready to be convinced. Where is it hiding? Is it in the brain? Where? Where is it? But wait, I hear you cry. Quantum physics is indeterministic. It functions with probabilities, which means we're free? Firstly, depends on your interpretation of quantum physics. Many of them are deterministic. Secondly, there is...
It sounds like what he's saying is free will doesn't exist because free will is determined by a number of concrete factors in life. He's right. But that's the concept of free will is not... You have an infinite number of possibilities of which you could just do whatever you want. That's not free will. I mean, if that was the case, you would be an omnipotent being, a god. That's not what free will is. Free will is supposed to be within the means of what you have in your life. You have freedom to choose what you do with the time you have. That's what free will is supposed to be. I can choose to do this. I can choose to do that. I can choose to say this. I can choose to live my life this way. I can choose to eat this, act this, right? That's what that means. So it's confusing to me because it seems like he's saying that if we were truly free, you could just do whatever you want. Yeah, but no one's omnipotent. I think there's a qualifying characteristic here, and the qualifying characteristic is that we understand that you can only act free within the means of how you're living, right? For example, a frog can choose to eat this bug or that bug. That's a choice that it makes. It's free will to choose, do I eat this bug or that bug? But the frog can't choose to drive a car because it's a frog. It'll never drive a car. It has limits. So you're saying it doesn't have free will because it can't drive a car? Well, no. It's just its limitations of your existence. You understand? Anyway.
Speculation around whether consciousness is a quantum phenomena. There's no hard evidence. But even if it turned out that the future is not determined because of quantum physics and that consciousness is a quantum phenomena, that wouldn't give you free will. That would just mean that you are random, and random isn't free. If consciousness really relies on quantum
random... Yeah, because random, that's also true. Random is not free will. The idea of free will is that you have choice. There's a active conscious choice to do something. That's supposed to be will. Get it? Free means you have the freedom to choose. Will is the choice.
That means every time you make a decision, that's like a quantum coin toss as to which way you'll go. Try flipping a coin for every decision you ever make. You won't feel free, trust me. Now, why does this matter? Why does this annoy me so much? Because so much of our society and systems of living are predicated on the idea that people could have done otherwise. Big example, the justice system. Rehabilitation always takes a backseat to retribution, because the punishment of criminals is the right thing to do because they chose to do the wrong thing. Maybe they made that choice, but that was because of their brain structure, which they didn't choose, or their upbringing, which they didn't choose, or their genetics, which they didn't choose. Look, on an emotional level, I get it. I want my enemies to suffer, but
that also doesn't make sense because how many people don't commit crimes? If it really was not a result of free will to choose to do the wrong thing, then why isn't everyone just committing the crimes because no one can stop themselves, right? If this were the case and it wasn't a free will choice to do something wrong, then why does everyone just do things wrong constantly? Why do some people choose to do the right thing and others choose to do the wrong thing?
Rationally, I know that punishment for punishment's sake alone makes no sense whatsoever. Punishment that serves rehabilitation or protection or even deterrent, maybe there's an argument there. But because free will doesn't exist, moral retribution can go out the window. Another one, the economic idea that people should pull themselves up by their bootstraps and everyone's free to innovate and work harder. What if they literally don't have the ability to do that? Suddenly our economic system seems a lot crueler, doesn't it? Now, does this mean we should stop trying to make ourselves better or society better? No, these are good ideas and useful for our subjective illusions. It just means that whatever's going to happen was going to happen anyway. Look, at the end of the day, there's overwhelming evidence that the...
I will actually agree with him on the economic one, because that is a stupid economic philosophy that people use. Is oh, the reason that this one person ended up rich and famous and successful and this person didn't is because that person was lazy. And that's literally not the case in like 90% of cases, actually. It does have to do with means. It's the means, not the choice. If you had, think of it this way. Elon Musk is one of the most wealthy, influential, powerful people on the planet because he's rich. If he didn't get born with the spoon in his mouth like he was, we probably would not know who Elon Musk is. Even if he's a genius, probably most of his ideas never would have actually ever gotten the light of day at a popular way. You understand? But that's because he's rich. And that's not anyone else's fault that he's rich and you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Decisions you make were born by the factors of your genetics and your upbringing, neither of which you control. Even if you do believe in free will, there's like a tiny, tiny margin, like we're not free to do a lot, surely, right? So if we can agree that almost everything you do is determined, if not everything, but like whatever, then why doesn't it affect more of how we do everything? But hey, if you disagree, I can't blame you. You are always going to.
You see, he says you are always going to. Maybe people choose to. I don't know. Do we have time for one more? Probably not.
Go. I got the drip. 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 Go. It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.